For a long time now, the Astros have always been considered one of the best offensive juggernauts in the league. Those great offensive teams from 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2021. Those teams always came in at the very top of the list when it came to offensive stats like team batting average, hits, home runs, slugging percentage, on-base percentage, OPS, and anything else you could really come up with. Those teams were at the tippy top of the league. So for all that being said, in 2022, it was a massive shock whenever the Astros posted the lowest team batting average and lowest team overall hits since 2016. The Astros overall offensively had declined. Now, a lot of baseball fans and experts expected the Astros offense to sort of decline due to the loss of shortstop Carlos Correa, but not a lot of people saw the regression that first baseman Yuli Gurriel would have. Not many people saw the shoulder injury of Michael Brantley coming back to plague him and the declining bat of Martin Maldonado, along with the early struggles of Kyle Tucker and the late season struggles of Jeremy Pena. The Astros in 2022 had to rely on that pitching staff and that bullpen, and boy did it deliver. But going into the offseason of 2023, the Astros front office understood if they wanted to get back to relevancy with where their offense was in previous years, they'd have to make some major moves. And so they did exactly what I just said. They went out and they got one of the best first basemen on the market in free agency in Brian Abreu, a guy who was going to bring not only a consistent bat, but a quality at bat, a good first base play glove over there, a guy that can hit for average, a guy that can hit for power, a guy that doesn't strike out a lot and does walk a little bit more than average. But the front office didn't just stop there. They understood they needed to make one or two more moves. Of course, they whiffed on quite a few free agents, but they did manage to bring back one familiar face, a fan favorite and one of my personal all-time favorite baseball players, and Michael Brantley. Now, Mike's not going to be the everyday left fielder that we've known from him since 2019. He's up there in age, and the Astros want to keep the wear and tear of the 162-game season off his body. So, of course, we're going to see Jordan out there in left field quite often more, and see Michael Brantley as a DH more often, most likely. And here's where it starts to get a little bit more interesting and enticing if you're an Astros fan watching this offense, expecting them to return back to a top 5, top 3 unit in 2023. We understand Altuve is getting a little bit older, and his defense might slow down a little bit more in 2023, but it's really hard to argue with anybody that he's not the best second baseman offensively in the league right now. And then you have second-year pro starter in Jeremy Pena. Look, Jeremy's not a guy that's going to hit 300 maybe once in his career, but he's a guy that can go out there and give you consistently 260 and 270 with 25, maybe 30 home runs. And then you add that in with perhaps the best left-handed hitter in all of baseball in Yordan Alvarez, in the face of this franchise, in my opinion, in his prime, with another left-handed batter of Kyle Tucker, who is also in his prime. And then you round all that lineup out with one of the best and most consistent bats in Alex Bregman. You're looking at a team that, quite honestly, could be the best offense in 2023 in the league. A lot of fans like to harp back to 2019 and talk about the Astros team as the best Astros offense in franchise history. And it's hard to argue with them. They were one of the best slugging teams of all time. And on paper, maybe the most talented team of all time, if not up there. But I think a lot of fans kind of forget and get lost in the moment of that 2019 Astros team. One of their Achilles heels. There wasn't a lot to that offense that had an Achilles heel, but to me, this might have been one of the bigger ones. That team was a heavy slugging team. They relied a lot on the long ball to produce runs. And as we all know, and as we've all seen over the past several years, if you're a team that slugs a lot and relies on the long ball to get you through the playoffs, it usually doesn't end up working out in your favor. So what we're seeing nowadays with a lot of teams that win the World Series is their offenses have the ability to mix up slugging with small ball. These teams are able to produce runs not off just the home run, but by getting guys on base by walks and singles and just capitalizing on pitchers' small mistakes and location issues. I don't see these teams that break home run records every year as a team and as a club go out there and win the World Series too often. It just doesn't happen anymore. But going into 2023, the Astros offense, I'm looking around at these guys and their numbers and their ability to create quality at bats. A lot of these guys have the ability to go full counts and make pitchers work. A lot of these guys have low strikeout percentages and low chase rates outside the zone. They force pitchers to attack the zone with strikes and fill up the strike zone. For me, I firmly believe that this Astros team is going to be top 3 in team batting average and top 3 in team hits next season. I believe they're going to be a top 4 squad when it comes to on-base percentage and a top 2 in slugging like they were last year. For me, this lineup 1 through 7 is going to be an absolute nightmare for any pitcher, no matter how great you are, maybe outside of Jacob deGrom, when pitching to them. They filled a lot of their offensive holes that they needed to in the offseason. So it'll be fun for me as an Astros fan to watch this offense go out there and reclaim a top 5 spot again in the league. But guys, I'd love to know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know why in the comment section down below. And baseball season is quickly approaching. I love you all. I'm so ready to get back out there and stream these games again. But in the meantime, I'll see you all in the next one. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new, because I have plenty more baseball content like this, and I will see you all in the next one. Adios, mis amigos.